love sleep, and that is why day 5 is all about understanding and nurturing our sleep, a vital but often neglected component of our self-care. I want to share with you why getting quality sleep isn't just a luxury, but it's a necessity for our healthier lives and for our self-care routine. So there are 3 things that I want to discuss here. First, the mental and emotional well-being. Think of sleep as your daily emotional reset. It's essential for keeping our mood balanced and our energy levels high. And when we're rested, we handle stress better. Our emotions don't swing wildly, and we're less prone to anxiety and depression. When I sleep better, I am such a better mama, a better wife, a better friend. I mean, I notice that I'm more patient and optimistic after a good night's sleep. Like, I actually notice it. And when I don't sleep well, oh, look out. Number 2, brain power. Sleep isn't just off time for our brains, it's active and vital processing time. It's when our brain sorts through the day's experiences and cements memories and rejuvenates. I often find that after I get a good night's sleep, that I'm more focused and more creative. And when I don't get good sleep, I can't get anything done. And then, of course, 3, physical health. Good sleep is the foundation of our physical health. It's when our body repairs itself. It fights off illness. It rebalances hormones. I found that when my sleep is on track, I get fewer colds and I feel stronger overall. So those are just 3 of my top benefits for getting more sleep. And I don't get enough sleep and I'm not the best sleeper. So this is really important for me. So let's prioritize our sleep routine for our activity today. So we're going to create a bedtime ritual that tells our body it's time to wind down. Maybe it's dimming the lights, which not only sets the mood, but also helps produce sleep-inducing melatonin. And then the hardest, the tech timeout. I know it's tough, but try to switch off those screens an hour before bed. The blue light really does mess with our sleep. And 1 hour before bed doesn't seem like too much, right? And then try some soothing activities. Like, think about what relaxes you. For me, I like to read a chapter of a book I'm reading, something very light. I like to meditate. Some people like doing gentle yoga or stretching. Find out what works for you, what feels relaxing, and then create a sleep haven. Your bedroom should be a sleep sanctuary. I keep mine cool and I use blackout curtains to make sure it's dark. And noise can be an issue, so I use a white noise machine. And that is something that I really rely on to help me kind of block out all of the outside stimulation. So here's an example of how you can do it. 9 p.m., you begin your relaxation, you lower those lights and you turn off the TV and the phone, maybe make a cup of non-caffeinated tea, you're hydrating, like chamomile, which I find really soothing. And then around 9:15, I start reading. I like to read something light that helps me transition from the busyness of my day and be more relaxed. And then at 9:30, this is my time where I'll either stretch or do a meditation, something to really start relaxing my brain. It's amazing how it helps release the day's tension. And then I do my bedroom prep. I make sure my room is cool because a cool room helps signal to your body that it's time to sleep. And then I get into bed and I do some deep breathing and some muscle relaxation. I practice really deep breathing and I do a body scan meditation often, signaling to each part of my body that it is time to go to sleep. So as you try this routine, notice how it affects your sleep quality. Do you find yourself drifting off to sleep more easily? Do you wake up feeling more refreshed? Remember, this is a personal journey, and what works for me might not work for you, and you might want something a little different. The key is to listen to your body and find out what brings you the best rest. So, I mentioned that body scan meditation. The reason why that works for me is I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing throughout the day. I'm busy, 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 busy. And I hold a lot of my stress in my body, my shoulders tense, my tummy. And so when I do the body scan meditation, I go through each body part, starting at my feet, and I tense them and release them, breathing in and out slowly and kind of say like, good night, feet. Or sometimes I just breathe in and out, and just do that tension, move up to the calves, upper thighs, belly. And by the time I get to my head, sometimes I'm already asleep. But it's the act of not allowing my mind to just play out the day and be so busy and plan and plan and plan for the next day. It's a focused way to bring my energy there. Now, another thing I like to do that I really find not only relaxing, but helpful to recognize the power that is in me each day is I like to go over everything I did that day in the very beginning when I'm just laying into bed. And it sounds counterproductive, but I'm celebrating the wins from that day. I woke up and I exercised and I meditated. And then my kiddo woke up and I had a beautiful breakfast with him. And then I brought him to school and I did this and this. And again, sometimes I fall asleep before I can get through the whole day, but I'm methodically going through each moment. And then I'm celebrating the wins. Like, I was really excited when I did this. And so it's a nice way to kind of reflect on your day and then allow yourself to rest. Sleep is hard. Sleep is challenging. I struggle with it. My mind is really busy. I wake up in the middle of the night a lot. And so I'm working on sleep just as much, but I know it's so important for all of the reasons I mentioned and more. And so the last 3 days, including today, are kind of basics, but we need to talk about the basics in order for us to really incorporate all these other wonderful, fun things that we're doing in this 28-day challenge of self-care, because the basics, that's where we need to start, because those are some of the things we let go of first. So maybe tonight, as part of this challenge, is just prioritizing your sleep and really thinking about testing out a routine. And it can change. And maybe one thing, all you're going to do today is just turn your phone off an hour before bed, or decide to read 10 pages in a book before you go to sleep. You can start small. It doesn't have to be big. And then build up to the sleep routine. I am not perfect with mine. I don't begin to preach this saying that I've got it all figured out. It's based on research. It's based on scientific studies and things that have been discussed in countless, medical journals of things that can work and help you. But my biggest thing is starting with one and then building up. So today, start with one. That's your self-care challenge. And then build up. And again, you can add something each day. And while everything is new once a day, these are things that you can build upon. And then you'll find things that you really love to do, me included. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 6.